Okay, let's start. I'm gonna upload this on the YouTube highlight channel. It's gonna be a highlight, no editing. If you want to listen to the full thing, I strongly advise you to, because I think you need to hear the whole overall message instead of listening to the first top or at the start and then freaking out and then not hearing the main message. So this is not like a rant or nothing angry. I just want to have a talk. It's about the truth about tier 4 in Korea right now, okay? And this whole conversation I want to have with you guys before the day before Bro Shaza drops. I want to have this conversation with you guys because somebody asked a question that it's still in my mind to this day. I think it was 2-3 days ago on stream. Someone asked, do you think that Bro Shaza will die first day, Zeals? And at the time, I didn't really think about it much. I just gave him an answer. Maybe, maybe not, I think. But now that I think about it, that was a really good question. That was a really good question. So I asked a question back to my viewers. So I asked the Lost Ark veterans in NAU, when Thaemon was endgame, not Ekina, hard mode eye level was the entry eye level of 1630, and then you could max it out to 1650, right? So you had a 20 eye level difference, and if they had an Esther weapon, if they had an Esther 8 weapon, it would be 25 eye level difference. Now, back then, what did that mean? What did that mean? So how strong on average? Average 1630 versus average 1650, right? So what was the power gap between a 1630 that was progging first week of Thaemon hard mode in the West versus 1630 versus 1650, right? So I asked you guys, and you guys said about 4 to 5% coming from the armor, because they probably have level 9, if not level 10 gems, maybe 25 weapon, even at 1630, right? So I gave even the benefit of the doubt. I bloated it that there could be even a 12% numerical advantage, excluding class balance, right? Obviously, there's class imbalance. You guys know this. You guys have proven this. Everyone has proven this because, you know, the logs show otherwise, right? So we're just talking about specs. There's a 5 to 12% numerical advantage. Now, what am I getting at, right? The truth about tier 4. Let me ask you another question before I start yapping. The truth about tier 4. What's similar between Ekina, Behemoth, and Aegir, chat? What is similar between Ekina, Behemoth, and Aegir? Ooh, like a little riddle. 2 gates. True? True? 2 gates? Anything else? Is that the only thing that's similar? Well, where are we heading with this conversation, right? Are we going to talk about 2 gates? DPS check? Let me tell you something about these 3 raids. They were all cleared day 1. Yeah, they were all cleared day 1. Ah, that's where we're headed. Because somebody asked me, Zeals, is Brel going to be cleared day 1? And we're going to talk about why it is most likely going to be cleared within the first 2 days. Okay? The raid is cleared the day of release. Does this mean the raid is easy? Now, I don't want to just point fingers at Reddit users in the West, because Koreans do the same thing. All right? I'm going to prove it to you with threads. I've already proved the idiots with their ID and their message of Reddit, which will be in a separate video, my feedback to Aegis about the recent patch, the September patch for the Western version, how it was good, but how it was, the impact and the message was clear, but the implementation was incorrect, right? That is still in process of being edited, right? So the raid being cleared the first day. This doesn't mean it's easy at all. Contrary to what those 3 idiots on Reddit they're saying, as well as even Koreans are saying in general chat. As you can see my general chat in the bottom left corner, right? We'll talk about that. I don't know where or who started to spread this 0 IQ comment that raids are free, because streamers said so. Who is saying that? Nobody. Especially, who is saying it's easy on eye level? Okay. Me personally, I warned you that Ekina will be difficult in the West. I have receipts. I have full receipts, right? And I told you guys that right here, plenty of videos where I talk about Ekina being troublesome. Where is it? This one as well, talking about how Behemoth should have been 1620, how Ekina is going to be troublesome as well. And then a future video, right? I'm linking this so many times, right? 2 months ago, 3 months ago almost, where Behemoth, right? All the things I said, it needs to be 1620, it needs to be nerfed in HP and the damage it does to us. The body and the wings and the head needs to be HP'd. Maybe more battle resurrects. Mechanically, it is a, you know, mechanically, if you can do these raids, you can do it, but the problem is lack of power and damage taken, right? Not for every 1620, but what am I talking about? In the West, you guys call it the rat 1620s. In Korea, we call it the aluminium can 1640s, right? So I warned you about Behemoth happened as predicted in Korea. Like, I made that video almost 3 months ago now. And what I told you was going to happen for 40 minutes, that on eye level 1620, right? I even have, where's my little baby? No transcendence, no elixir gels was gonna get gatekept. And I said, people like this will get gatekept in Korea. Predicted it, it became true. Caused the biggest exodus in Lost Ark new player history, right? And what? Guess what? Same thing happened, right? Same thing happened in the West. Lost Ark, how Behemoth will split the game if AGS doesn't intervene. I don't want to put too much fault on AGS. We'll talk about why I think it's mostly on Smoggy, but who cares where the blame is at. So anyways, happened just as well in NAEU. And so nobody said Behemoth was free on eye level without transcendence and elixirs. Okay, I made a 40-minute explaining that. 40-minute video. Yeah? And guess what? Guess what? You guys are experiencing what I'm about to tell you guys, and what Koreans are about to experience with Belshazzar. You guys are experiencing it right now. I'll loop that at the end of this video, okay? At the end of the discussion. All I'm trying to say is that, yes, these 3 raids are being cleared day 1. And people, even in Korea, I have evidence to back this up, watch streamers, their favorite big-time streamers, whether it's Captain Jack or whoever, and they're like, oh, if Captain Jack can clear it in 3 hours, which some of these raids were cleared in 3 hours after release, right? They're like, oh, that means my butt can get over there and clear it first day, right? And then they spread it even in general chat as a 1640. They can't even enter these raids, by the way. We're talking about hard mode. By the way, we're talking about hard mode, right? Behemoth doesn't have a hard mode, but Aegir hard mode and Ekina hard mode, okay? So these guys are saying, oh, my favorite streamer, Captain Jack, cleared in 3 hours. So my 1640 can't even enter the raid, by the way. I can do it in day 1 too. What's so hard? This game is too easy. The Koreans are saying that in general chat. In general chat in major cities. 1640 people saying the game is too easy. They can't even enter Aegir. They're 1640. They're not 1680. They're just yapping. Right? Same thing as people on Reddit just yap. Just make stuff up out of thin air. Right? Who said it was easy on eye level? Nobody said Behemoth was free on eye level without elixirs and transcendence. Made a 40-minute video. Okay, so where are you going with this, Yos? Where are you going with this? What does this have to do with tier 4? So on eye level folks struggle in Korea and elsewhere, right? Just because your eyes can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? Some people on Reddit are starting to smarten up. Like, Koreans have been complaining about elixirs. Some people say they never did, but the people that are smartening up and say just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Reddit mindset, right? They're just correcting them. So basically, just because you don't see 1680 folks wiping all week on Aegir hard mode doesn't mean it didn't exist. It doesn't exist. It does exist. There are plenty of people who couldn't clear Aegir. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Okay? Just because your boy on YouTube or Africa TV or Twitch or Chichijik is clearing day 1 doesn't mean 99.8% of players are finding it easy. I will show you. I will show you. This needs to be said. Common sense. There's 26 max eye level players. There is less than 150 characters over 1720 eye level. 150 characters above 1720. Only 150 characters exist in the last 20 eye levels. That's how little there are. People are hard to stop honing. We'll talk about that later as well. Not even to 17, like look at the 30 eye levels. There's almost nobody here. Not even 1,000 characters. It's almost empty. Okay, this all is gonna be explained. All of this is gonna be explained. Why there's only 1,000, what does it have to do with anything? Just follow along with me, man. All right. So as you can see, guys, the amount of people that can do Braille starts from here, 1690, right? And in 8 gear, a lot have stepped up to 1680. Okay, but the majority still around here, guys. Around here, right? So, you think these players will be having it as easy as these characters? Especially if they're all teamed up? What do you think? Okay. So why is the raid designed to be cleared in a day by max eye level Esther streamers? Because think about it, guys. If max eye level Esther owner streamers cannot clear it, these no lives, if the no lives with max eye level with 8 Esther weapons, if they cannot clear day 1, what does that mean for the rest of the players? Chat. Let's think about it. If these guys cannot clear it, what does it mean for these guys? They're going to be jailed, or they're going to be there for a long time. They're going to be there for a long time. And I have evidence once again, okay? Follow along with me. So just because you see these raids die in a day within hours doesn't mean it's going to be the same experience for y'all. I don't know why people don't know this in Korea as well. They're like, game is too easy. No, it's not. Game is not too easy. All right. If you look at the common folks, right? Just average Lost Ark Joe, average Lost Ark hard mode raiders, they mostly did not clear A-gear hard mode week 1. They mostly didn't. All right. Some of them were fighting gate 0. Some of them were fighting gate 0. Okay, if these gear streamers cannot even clear it in the first week, it will take common folks a month, right? It will take so long. If max eye level no live streamers can't clear it quickly, then what about the other on eye level players? It'll be too rough for them, right? So what I'm trying to say so far is, no streamers that are max eye level with all SRAs are saying it's easy on eye level. It's easy for them because they're jacked. And I'll tell you how much jacked, how much you could pay to win in tier 4. Because this video is about the truth about tier 4. Remember, I talked about this in the beginning. The advantage of a full whale versus on eye level hard mode player is this much. Oh, wait till you find out in tier 4 the gap. Okay? Wait till you find out the gap in tier 4, boys. So basically, guys, once again, I feel like Braille's gonna blow up to these no life, streamers who are investing 100 to 200,000 US dollars into tier 4 already. For them, the boss will drop quickly, but for the rest of the majority of the players I just showed you guys will not even be able to beat gate 0. There's already gate 0 boss in the major discords where they recruit players in Korea. Okay, they want only a specific type of classes. It's already happened. It's already happening, right? That's why we said that balance patch should have been last month to split this. What's split? This, how Behemoth will split the game if AGS doesn't intervene, right? If Smalga doesn't intervene, how, Brel will split the game again, right? This already happening. Gate 0 gatekeeping, right? I'm not even gonna. You probably know who's getting in, who's not already, guys. You already know the public perception if you hang out in my chat, dude. All right, I don't even need to say it. All right, so most of the players are not gonna be able to clear A gear, hard mode in week 1 in Korea. They didn't. They didn't. That was very, very apparent. And because I did it on eye level as well, it was way more struggles. We couldn't clear it on my Reaper. After 30 plus hours for 3 full days, right? But the thing is, Braille's gonna be the same, Braille, right? Yes, streamers are gonna go in there with their $100,000 to $200,000 characters in tier 4 and blow it up. What a surprise. Yeah? That's why Smilegate shouldn't separate normal and hard mode content for progging. Clear? Oh, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Good point. Okay. So will Bro die day 1? As someone asked in chat. I think so. Maybe in 2 days. The power gap and the pay to win gap is at its greatest. And remember I said earlier that NAU audience is kind of experiencing this right now? Yes, you are. You are experiencing this right now. It's called the 1620 Frankenstein behemoth that you guys have. The difference between a 1620 that you guys call rat alts with event gems, no elixirs, no transcendence, versus a 1670 NAU character with advanced zones, transcendence, weapon transcendence stage 5, as well as elixirs is huge. Is huge, right? And then, you know, Behemoth for now is endgame. It is the endgame raid. And the power gap is there. That's why I said that they should nerf Behemoth appropriately so that rat alts that you guys call, right? In Korea, they call it aluminium can alts. Like my gels can get in and have fun, right? Lost Ark, the last thing it needs before tier 4 is more divide in the community. It needs to have a raid that kind of combines and unites the community to work towards a common goal of beefing up towards Kazaros. That was I think that's the intention of Behemoth in the West. Bringing it down to 1620 for more people to enter. And, you know, also pump us with a little bit more gold. And it's supposed to be a 16-man experimental raid with one difficulty. So I feel like that it should have been much easier so that even rat alts can go in there and be either carried or be able to clear it amongst themselves. However, that is not the case, right? And that is the truth. But you guys, what I'm saying is you guys are experiencing that huge power gap right now. Let's keep going on. Okay. Been through this before during Cloud Days. You guys have been through this before in Cloud Days. Remember? When Clown came up, all of a sudden people wanted 5x3. 5x3, and then you guys had access to what was it? Not relic. Yes, relic gear, right? So you guys had access to relic gear. Remember, there was a soft cap on the orange gear back then. The legendary gear can go up to plus 20, 1490 was the max eye level. And then with the introduction of relic gear in Volton and Vicas, you guys can go up to 1575, right? So you guys saw the 1575 groups doing Clown. You probably saw a bald guy doing it called Asmongold. So you saw like they were not really struggling in terms of DPS checks, right? Like if you saw like you've experienced this power gap before is what I'm trying to say. TLDR during the Clown Days. You're at 5x3 plus 1, and then you're 3x3 plus 1, and then they're like, whoa. You see other folks with level 10 gems, you have level 5 gems. You see other guys with 5x3. And you see other guys at 1570 average, and you're going to Clown at 1475. Who did Clown on eye level, chat? Who did Clown on eye level? Who did Clown on eye level without level 10 gems, with level 6, 7s, with 4x3? Was it easy or was it hard? Let me tell you something. Max eye level, 1575, level 10 gems. Who think had an easier time? Hard AF, yes. Yes. Is this ringing a bell, guys? Are you getting it? Hard mode on eye level is... Say it with me. Hard. Yep. All right. So, and the power gap back then was huge. So it's not like Lost Ark, oh, it's going more pay to win. Maybe it is, but it's not like we haven't experienced this before. The new director wants to show profits to owner. Maybe. And let me pull out a video for that one. Right? For those that don't know, for those that don't watch my streams, which is fine. I wouldn't watch it either. But there is a person here who investigated all the top earning game companies in Korea. Lost Ark is number 2 grossing game in Korea. Number 2, it beat all mobile games. First is PUBG, and then that's because they had, I think, like a New Jeans collab or something. So PUBG whales have increased by 130%. And Lineage Mobile, okay? So Lost Ark and Smilegate is number 2 grossing game, okay? It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, let's go back to the video. As you can see here, it's in Korean, I get it. 72% of the revenue comes from in-country, in Korea. 72% of the revenue for Smilegate, okay, for Lost Ark, comes from Korea. 72% comes from Korea, okay? And it goes to who? Who is it going to? Let me show you the man's face. I actually didn't know what he looked like. But, let me see if I could see his face again. So basically, Smilegate is a privately owned company. And because Lost Ark is not a mobile game, they don't have to pay, they don't have to share the revenue to iOS as well as Android. That's why they take home so much. Okay? Whoa. Where's the picture? Anyways. There's a picture of the CEO here. I mean, the owner. This is not the owner, but anyways, where's his face? But basically, he takes 100%, right? He could take the 100%, right? It's privately owned. So this guy's making bank. All right, that's all you need to know. He's making bank. Okay? I was gonna show you his face. I thought he would look old and wrinkly. Right? He looks pretty good. As the owner of Smilegate, he looks pretty good. CEO. It's not CEO, because he's the owner, right? Bad. What does he mean? I don't even think he plays Lost Ark, dude. But anyways, guys, it's a privately owned company, right? Like the way they do taxes is different. And the way, because Lost Ark is not a mobile game, this is the guy, all right? That's the guy. All right. 100%. 100%, dude. So, okay. That's the dude. That's who you're giving your money to. That's who I'm giving my money to, okay? So maybe the new director wants to show profits to the owner. Maybe he wants up the pay to win because it is now the second grossing game in Korea. I showed you guys a video. And also there's a new research that 0.15%, 0.15% of whales contribute to 40% of earnings, right? Contribute to 40% of earnings. So if we had 2,000 Lost Ark endgame players, and they spent about 100,000 USD per year, do the math. That's multi-hundred millions. And it's going to this man, privately owned company, right? Right? Look at that, guys. Remember I showed you guys the top whales? Because I'm saying this because some people are like, why isn't this just a monthly pay game? Why can't they just sell skins? Well, because the business model is working, chat. It's proven here. It's proven, right? It's proven here. What can we do? What, you can't deny it, right? This guy is making, he's like the top 10 richest man in Korea, multi-billionaire, right? Right? These guys are funding the game. These guys are funding the game. I'm going somewhere with this, guys. I'm cooking. Come with me, man. Come with me. So, I think they raised the pay-to-win roof in Tier 4. But they gave normal and hard mode rewards. Okay? So you could get the normal, the hard mode rewards in normal. Right? You could get Ancient Gear, which unlocks Ark passive points by doing normal A gear. Same thing is going to happen with Belshazzar. Belshazzar will give Relic bracelet. Right? So I am glad that they did separate it. But I think that it's not like, oh, thank you, Smilegate, my Lord Savior, for giving us loot in normal mode for normies too. No. Stop worshiping the company, guys. Stop worshiping defending a multi-billion-dollar company. I think the reason why they did this is to increase the paywall. By giving the normal mode players the loot from hard, like without doing hard mode, right? You could get the ancient gear in normal mode, right? By doing this, they have the excuse to make the game even more pay to win. Think about it. They could raise the cap. right? Oh, you guys, normal players, you don't want to spend more than like $10 a month? Okay, just do normal mode then. Well, you could still get the same rewards. Stay rewards, but then for the whales, we're gonna keep milking them. We're gonna keep milking them. We're gonna keep milking them, right? That's where this is where tier 4 is headed. Oh, now I see where you're going with this, Yos. Now I see where you're going. So what are you gonna be? What are you going to be? Are you gonna be the normal raider that won't get fooled by FOMO? Okay. Or are you gonna keep chasing hard mode? Then let me tell you one more thing. The nail in the coffin. The power difference between a hard mode player. Okay, let me show you an example. Okay, this guy quit. He's joining the army. All right, he used to be Thaymine, the first player. Anyways, let me show you guys the difference between on eye level or near on eye level. Oh, he's been honing. Okay. So let me show you guys the difference between me and a near, like he only pays like, he's low budget. He can't go crazy with his wallet, right? He has to pay the bills, right? This guy is not swiping tens of millions of gold. He pays for the crystalline aura because in Korea, you know, it's paid. You can't get that for free. Okay, so this guy is pretty. What would I say? Low spender. Almost. He's not free to play. Let's not say that. Free to play. He's bought character slots. You know what I mean, right? He buys certain skins, right? He can't buy gold, so he has to earn the gold through raids. So if we look at this, and if we look at me, for example, I mean, I could link another monster, a little bit bigger monster. But if you just look at the eye level, you may be thinking, you know, 40, 50 eye level difference between an on eye level Belshazzar versus me. 50 eye level difference. Now, that's okay. You might not know anything about tier 4. And this is why it's called the truth about tier 4. Going into Belshazzar. The power difference between me and him is close to 70%. Let that sink in. Remember at the start of the video? Oh, your boy was cooking from the beginning. The power difference between Thaymine in hard mode Thaymine as an on eye level hard mode Thaymine enjoyer versus a max eye level Thaymine enjoyer is 5 to 12%. In tier 4 Belshazzar, not Aegir, Belshazzar, the power gap between him and I is 50 to 70%. Not even including the power of the class balance or synergy or anything. Okay? Or even incorporating max high level support versus an on high level support. Just my gear versus his gear is 50 to 70% gap. And if you think I am trolling, I am not trolling. This is all backed by numerical data as well as anecdotal data, as I am browsing all of Inven to see on eye level 1690 bro hard mode Trixie and Parses for 2 minutes. They're averaging 70% less DPS than I am. Even the DPS checks out. Even amongst my same class members, they're doing 70% less DPS in a 2-minute Trixie and Parse, right? So once again, if you're thinking about doing Belshazzar on eye level, you are at a 70 to even 90% spec disadvantage. Because remember, there's also support disadvantage. If you have a max high level support with level 10 gems, they contribute a lot now with the damage gems, right? So you're almost getting doubled. So if you once again look at Captain Jack's group or whatever streamer with 8 Esther weapons or 5 Esther weapons, and you're like, it's gonna be easy. You are insane. You are insane. Maybe once you get your nerf version, maybe, but not in Korea. That doesn't apply in Korea. So I don't know where this whole like, oh, it's easy. Let's look at the comments, right? First clear Aegir 4 hours. I went to a hard Aegir tri-party pug. We had to relay dark grenades. We had to do all this BS and barely killed it. Yeah. I think the A-year clear was around 2 p.m. my time. And then in my general chat, kids were saying that the raids were too easy. Yeah. As an on high level 8 tier 4 gems with an 18 plus weapon, we had to use all dark grenades and we barely even beat it. Right? Like, look at these comments. 200 comments. The spec difference between an on high level as well as a max high level Esther party is humongous. It's huge. Yeah. So I'm gonna go to normal mode. Yeah, the difference is that big. If you cannot beat bro on high level, just give up and go to normal mode. Yep. Wow, the difference was that big? Wow. See, these guys, even in Korea, they don't even know. Even though they play the version. Okay. Difference between season 2 is that the spec difference is so freaking big. Yep. And let's look at the video who they're even quoting. Let's look at the video they're quoting. Let's look at the comment section of the video that they were quoting. It's Porsche's video. And people were saying, yeah, they're saying the same thing where the last part of the videos is the main point. If max eye level folks and streamers cannot beat the raid, full max eye level streamers cannot beat the raid, then on eye level characters will struggle. And then some people were saying that the game is getting too pay to win. Yeah. You could check out the comment section. There were some comments saying the game is getting too pay to win. Some people are saying that, okay, I'm just gonna do normal mode and sell my gold, right? Yeah. Right here. I'll just do normal mode and sell my gold. Keg W. Right. So the difference comes... Where is the difference coming from, right? Because all you guys know is eye level. Well, even the eye level, there's difference, right? 1697, look at his attack. And look at my attack. Okay? And then there is 2 higher tier of gems plus 0.4% attack each times 11. Right? And then a 9.7 has about 2.2% advantage instead of the 5% plus in tier 3, but that's still 2.2%. And then the accessories, depending on the roles, can warrant almost 22% gap in accessories, as well as the relic engravings. The relic engravings, he has 1 versus mine. That's the difference right there. Yeah, so there is so much, like, even the 40 eye level difference in armor is a huge gap. And then I have a 25 Esther 9 weapon, 25 plus Esther 9, right? So his weapon is what? 20 versus a 25 plus weapon, right? So that's the thing. So what I'm trying to say is this. Brel is going to... So here's a wrap up. Will Brel die first day or second day by these, streamers? Yeah. The big time streamers with like a big major party, sure, it could die. Yeah, 1 or 2 days. But I think but that doesn't mean the raid is easy on eye level. That means the rest of the players will need even a week or 2 or 3 or 4, right? And if those guys struggle for weeks, then normies would struggle for months, or they would just give up. Just like what happened with Thaymine at release for Gate 4, a lot of normies just gave up. Just like Brawl Shaza Gate 6, a lot of normies gave up, right? So they just ended up doing normal mode. Now, what are you going to be, my friends? Are you going to be a normal raider that won't get fooled by FOMO? Now, one more time, I just want to say this. You don't need relic engravings, right? You don't need level 10 gems. You don't need that to beat Brel. That's not the point I'm making. This guy can beat Brel. All I'm saying is this guy will not beat Brel in 3 hours, okay? Versus like Captain Jack's group, who probably need like couple hours, right? They do it for a couple. It's the same thing in World of Warcraft right now, the world first race, right? Some average guilds take months and months and months to clear Mythic. Is that okay for you? Like spending all those hours, right? Like you see the WoW Raiders spending, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars to get the world first clear, be done with it, go on vacation, hiatus, and sell carries, right? So what are you going to be? Do you like doing the hard mode on eye level? Okay. Are you on eye level hard mode raider pretending you're on hard mode raider? It's going to be hard on eye level, but I know I'm playing a, you know you're playing a KMMO, and you won't bitch about that. How unfair it is down here, and you're gonna enjoy all those hours of progs, right? You're a masochist. Then do play on eye level. Do hard mode bro shots on eye level. Keep being a hard mode raider, right? Keep doing it. I'm not just saying you guys, right? I'm talking about the KR audience as well. I don't really know what these guys are. Are they just FOMO Andes? Are they just jailed? Like, too invested to quit? Like, are they gonna keep chasing the hard mode? Keep paying to just enter the raid, but still suffer through it, right? Now, the suffer depends on the way you see the game. Do you like the 30 hours of jail or progress? If yes, do what these guys are doing. But these guys are not really hard mode raiders, are they? They're just trying to be a wannabe. I mean, they're just being wannabe. They just want to do the hard mode, right? But what are they, what is it, like, what I'm trying to say is this. What is the point? What are they trying to get? Is this worth it? That constant FOMO. Oh, I gotta meet the requirement for the next raid. I gotta meet the requirement for the next raid. I'm not talking about just 60, 90 players. There's gonna be a next raid, casuals. Like, are you gonna keep chasing that? Like, keep chasing, oh, the new spec cut. Like, I need to have level 10,000 gems for Kazuros. I need to play X certain class for Kazuros. You know, like, are you gonna keep chasing that? I mean, by all means, if you like that, by all means, right? You wanna, look, if you wanna keep doing that and that it's not copium to you, you like that, you like constantly being stressed out of the next raid's requirements, you want to constantly get the goal to do the transcendence so that you won't be gatekept by transcendence in the next raid, and then you get the weapon transcendence so that you're not getting gatekept by the next raid, right? Like, that's what my friend is playing right now. He's grinding his life away, literally, right? Trying to make gold so that he can buy relic engravings to keep up with the what? Keep up with what? These guys, they're competing for spots. They're all competing for spots. All right? You could call these guys fools. They are fools, right? Because they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars just to... It's not really worth it, right? They do the raid for 7 hours or 3 hours, do their raids in like 5 hours and log off. Is that worth the price? Hell no, right? But they're streamers, right? They're making so much money in KR, right? But what about these guys, the non-streamers? Are they also fools? Think about it. It's up to you guys. You start thinking about it. Be honest with yourself. Are you going to keep up with this rat race? Right? For now, they're not requiring. Like, for now, this guy, you know, he's in a static. So they're not requiring relic engravings. They're not requiring high-level gems above this. Right? They're not requiring good accessories. They're not requiring a certain eye level. They're not requiring a certain class. So he will get into hard bro, but he will... That's because he's in a static with me, right? But think about it, man. If this guy was pugging, right? The amount of things that he would have to do to keep up with the pugs to get a spot is insane, right? Either you grind it away or you pay for it. You pay for it, right? You guys know the experience. You guys know the stress of being behind or trying to keep up. You know it. So are you going to be a normal raider or hard raider in tier 4? You guys decide. Or are you going to be Smilegate's wallet? Are you going to be their pay pig like me? Well, I haven't spent in a month now, right? Because I'm going to spend in other games. Right? So you choose one of the three. That's what I wanted to say. This is where it's going. So one thing that I just said, like I said, in the tier 4 is that the paywall has dramatically increased. It is undeniable. Even KR players are talking about this, right? So what are you gonna do about it? Are you gonna keep feeding them? Are you gonna keep chasing the hard mode, or are you gonna be a normal raider? Remember, by giving hard mode rewards into normal mode isn't like, oh, they're being generous. They're doing it so that they could milk more of the whales, right? They can milk more of these guys. They can milk more of these guys. Right here. Okay. Yeah. The normal mode folks, they're unlocking everything. They're unlocking the, what is it? The Ark passive and all of that stuff. And as a matter of fact, as you can see, their plans is to sell their gold for cash, right? So what is my plan? My plan is, I don't have to do, my plan is, as I said many times, I don't really, I haven't bought any gold and I don't really plan to do so. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not burnt out of Lost Ark, right? I'm not hating Smilegate, right? But the thing is, I'm having wake-up calls, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm having wake-up calls.
07.
As well as, some Smilegate Defender in chat. Okay. Yeah, some Smilegate Defender there. Okay. Must be paid by the company. Just kidding, they're not. I don't know. Like, I honestly... I already talked about this separately. Like, there's nothing really happening for me. Like, it's just Braille, and then there's not gonna be another raid for a while, right? Because people are saying, yo, we need to slow down even in Korea. They need to slow down. Right? They're saying they need to slow down. And, some people defend hard mode rating by, hey, what are you, poor or something? Like, that's what they're saying. Some people on Invent, they're like, hey, you can't keep up? You poor or something? Swipe up. Like, I don't like that, dude. I don't like that culture. I don't like that culture. I'm just gonna play what I want to play and then do what I want to do. Right now, I feel like when I spend my money on other games, it's just more fun that way. It's just more fun. I'm having fun on other games. Yeah. That's just the honest truth. Not gonna quit Lost Ark, but I'm just not gonna... Yeah, I just don't see why I should keep giving my money. That's all. Maybe one day I'll be a normal raider. Who knows? Maybe. Maybe I could see myself even quitting. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. 2025 rolling around. Right? Just play it slowly. It's not that serious. Yeah. It's not. It really isn't, guys. Yeah, like this, right? This might offend some people, right? But it's the truth. You're pretending you're a hard mode raider, man. Right? You're going right into their monetization. Like, the way they structure the monetization is to get you. Right? If you like that, if you could afford it, by all means, man. But don't complain about it either. Don't complain if you're a hard mode raider and complain about it, please. Right here. Oh man, the gatekeeping is getting hard in hard mode. Then don't complain about it. Don't do hard mode, dude. That's how it's monetized. That's literally the structure of the game. That's literally the business model. Right? That is literally the business model. I just proved it to you. I just showed you guys the earning report. Right? I just showed you guys this. Right? That is what it is, man. That is the truth, bro. The power gap between an on-eye level bro hard mode raider versus a max eye level, not max eye level, max potential is 70 to 90% power without even including class balance or synergy or even like support. Yeah. So like, guys, if you're like, man, should I keep being a hard mode raider, man? Is it really worth it? Honestly, look, if you can grind the gold, if your gold earnings is through the roof, you're doing great in NAU right now, then by all means continue. But like, if you're feeling like, oh man, I'm really behind, it's really expensive for me to keep being a hard mode raider, think about it. Why are you doing that? What are you getting out of it? All that stress of, you're not making it into the group or not keeping up with the spec cut, right? The requirements. The rewards are in normal mode as well, right? Yeah, the normal mode rewards are there too. In NAU, it's completely different case. We know in advance how much we should prepare for hard mode raids. It's completely different, is it? It is the fear. Can you give me an example? I see you defend this game a lot in my YouTube comment section as well, but can you give me an example how the gatekeeping requirement is lower in the West in any raid? Can you give me an example where the gatekeeping requirement is lower? Is the gatekeeping requirement lower in the West versus KR? The gatekeeping requirement is not lower. Thank you. And that's how I'm going to end the video.